My name is Byron Trusser, and I'm part of Infinity's Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Belonging team. And I'm so excited to bring to you a new project that we're working on to help build community and culture across Infinity. I'm joined today with Hoku Okamura. And Hoku, hi, how are you?
Hey, Byroney. I'm great. Thanks. I'm
Good.
so excited for this conversation today. Like Byroney said, it's all about building connections, getting to know each other a little bit better. Because in the field, we don't have a moment to just kind of chat about who we are. Like Byroney, I'm part of the DEIB team, and we're just really looking forward to getting to know some of our amazing team members better. Today, we are joined by Ashonalee Seaborn. Ashonalee, will you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, hi, I'm Ashonalee Seaborn. I work with the Infinity Rehab at Home branch as the administrative assistant, and I've been with Infinity Rehab Infinity Rehab for 2 years. I started at River Park in Eugene, and now I work for Infinity Rehab at Home for the last year.
Wonderful. Well, thank you both so much for joining us today. I'm really excited to see where this conversation goes and how it evolves. And we're just glad you're here for the journey. So, Hoku, I'm going to turn it over to you to start asking Ashanali a couple of questions.
Yeah, thanks, Byroney. So, in a recent Infinity Insider edition, we talked about um, w- how you bring your culture to work. And I would love if you would just chat with us a little bit about how you do that.
Yeah, holidays are a big deal to me, and fun is a big deal to me. So I try to make holidays as fun as possible for everyone. That includes decorations and dressing up and contests and just anything that I think is going to bring joy to others and allow them to have a little bit of fun even at work.
That's a beautiful thing. I think about I work in retirement communities where people live there permanently, and there are these little things outside their door, just a little tiny shelf where they can put their trinkets and stuff. And whenever I walk with people in the hallway, they know who has the best decorations, and so does this. And you can see that even when life is stressful and the process of aging is tiring, that brings them like this spark of joy, and I'm
Yeah.
so thankful for you doing that within our community. I think that's a beautiful thing. Um, I wonder a little bit about like where that comes from. What in you brought that love of joy and celebration to the surface?
Definitely. When I was younger, I grew up with my grandma who loved holidays too, and she always went out of her way to bring like lots of presents and decorations and just like fun things like an Easter egg hunt where it wasn't just like she put the Easter eggs outside and you could find them easily. You had to actually go on a journey and find them, and it's just so exciting. I think about it now at 30 years old, finding an Easter egg with a penny or something in it, and it still brings me joy to do that.
Yeah, I think that's so beautiful. I know that you do that in your workplace. I wonder how do you do that in your family? What's
Yeah.
that look like?
So I had a baby in September, a little girl. She's 6 months old now, and I want to share my love of holidays with her. This last Christmas, we always decorate. We always have a tree, and I wanted to have like a special ornament for her, but we couldn't find just one. So now she has five my first Christmas ornaments, and um, that. I really feel like she's going to be able to have those to look back on. Um, and when she's grown up, she can take them with her if she wants, or they can always be at our house.
Yeah, I can see her on an interview like this 30
Uh-huh.
years from now saying like, "Oh, my mom just loved holidays and she really celebrated and it made my life special."
Yeah.
I think that's beautiful. You say that you grew up with your grandmother, and I am so lucky because I can see you kind of like working, because I get to work with you a little bit in Infinity at Home. And I've heard you talk with patients, and I've heard patients talk about you that they talked with you on a scheduling phone call. And the feedback I always get is that you're so easy to talk to. Which just doesn't come naturally for some people to talk to like a geriatric population because of hearing loss or just a generational divide. I wonder if growing up with your grandma brought some of that comfort to your communication with people like our patients.
Yeah, it could play into that. That's not something that I had really processed before having this conversation with you, but I could see how that could shape that. And it naturally, I just want to have a good experience with everyone I come into contact with, and so I think that actually plays a big role into my conversations with people, just desiring for them to be understood and to get all of the information they need and just to have a good experience.
Yeah, well, I can tell you that the feedback from the field is that that's really effective. So we're so glad. I'm so glad to be able to work with you. Um, as we're wrapping up our conversation, my question for you is, what message do you want to leave people with today?
Yeah. Um, I kind of bounced around growing up, and I didn't have like a strong influence of someone that was teaching me what my culture was, or w- just giving me that good, strong foundation. So I really created my own kind of culture, and I want people to know that that's okay to be able to create your own traditions and your own celebrations and your own things that you do every year, and create really just to create your own culture. um, and those are just as special and important as traditional cultures or traditional celebrations and cultures. So
Yeah, I can just see your daughter getting 5 first Christmas ornaments for her children because it's
yeah,
what you do in your family. It's like you go over the top.
yeah,
Oh, I really appreciate your taking time to have this conversation with us. What this will look like as we move forward is that we'll continue to have more in-depth conversations like this with other folks, like you, who are just rocking it in the professional community. And I just can't tell you how thankful I am to be in conversation with you today. We send each other emails, but we've never met face to face.
yeah,
And yeah, I just really appreciate you as a person willing to have this conversation, reminding us how important it is to celebrate things.
mhm,
Pandemic life, we just kind of get by. We're all just kind of getting by. And then
yeah,
every now and then we meet somebody like Ashonalee who just brings that like spark to our day, to just bring some joy to our life. And I feel so lucky to be able to have this conversation with you today.
yeah. And I want to say that I really appreciate this project that you and Byrony have put together. It's really easy to feel like a cog and to feel like, oh, I'm just a part of the company, but nobody really sees me. And I really value being included. It's always been something that's important to me. I want to include others, and I want to feel included. And I feel like this project is definitely doing that. I feel seen and I feel appreciated by the company, just being tapped to do this project. So
You're the right person for the job. I look so forward to all of our future interactions. And as we wrap up today, what I'm going to go forward in my life with is to know that we are each responsible for building our own culture and community. Um, and now I feel like I'm part of yours, and that means
yeah,
a lot to me. Thank you,
yeah, of
Ashana Lee.
course. Thank you.
Thank you both so much for sharing. That was just beautiful to listen to and share. And everybody in our Infinity and family, we hope you join us next time for our next iteration of our employee spotlights and conversations. Take care.